Lesson number 20 of 100 in Jazz Violin Series. This is a huge one, in my opinion. This is where it's all at. This is it. This is the stuff, the poop. I've mentioned, skirted around these in a few other videos already. If you would like to be great, it's not an ego thing. Greatness is only mastery of self and doing something on complete purpose, being prompted from your own inner creative self. That's it. So, yes, it takes practice and study to become free, so to become unthinking, because you know the stuff well and it's a no-brainer. And as I mentioned in the previous video, you can do this in small steps. You don't have to go like 10 years sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop and then take another 10 years to undo it, which a lot of players do. I had to do some of that myself. The idea is to play and be relaxed enough and unthinking enough so you don't have to think about it so hard, so that you can listen. Not just the other players and not just yourself, but more importantly, you can listen inside yourself and honor and respect and obey. Oh, tough word for me. Obey the ideas you're getting in your head, inside your head. If you listen carefully, you will actually hear ideas. We all do this, I think, a little bit ahead of time. 3 to 10 seconds in your brain. You can hear it coming. You can feel it coming. You can see it coming sometimes in life, right? In music, we can hear these things happening. We can hear, oh, here it comes. Here's the end of the phrase. I feel it coming. Oh, there it is. Pay attention to that. Near future listening. And we end up, in my opinion, the highest art form you can have in any creative endeavor, not just jazz violin, is to play or do as if you're taking dictation. And completely just trusting that inner voice, inner idea, inner thing is coming from something we don't know where. It could be you. It could be the culmination of all things you've ever thought and done and earned. Could be. It could be God, if you believe in a God. God sending you the notes to play. Could be. Could be angels. Could be spirits. Could be space aliens. Could be. You know, maybe what depends what you believe. I believe in everything. It could be my friend Michael Bergman, the great accordionist that plays at Yo-Yo Ma and stuff. Good friend. We played together for about 5 years. Wonderful musician and good friend and good man. He suggests when we talk about this that maybe it's partly also the audience who is psychically sending us what they expect to hear. It's the mass consciousness of the audience as you're playing. I kind of like this, and it's a big soup. The idea is, if you're really listening and tapped in, as I like to say, you know, you're just taking dictation. That's my highest art form. That's it. And I thrill at trying to get there. Have I ever been there 100%? Like just played every note that, only that which I have heard in my head once or twice in the last 40 years. 100% there. It's like taking drugs or something like that. You know, it's not you playing, which is cool. Has the bar raised where I get more and more consistent with it over the years? Yes. When I was in Babik, we used to ask each other after the gig, which, Babik was playing gypsy jazz and it's improvisational music. We'd ask, how was your flailing factor tonight? Flailing. We just flailing at the licks like you've practiced and just reciting the stupid stuff you did before. Audience still seemed to like it, but we knew the difference in the feeling it would give us whether we were tapped in or not, and really just playing creatively and floating like, angels above the beat. That was another level. And usually audiences respond even more. We could play well. So when we were at the beginning, we were about 70%, and there's 30% flailing, and and maybe I was like 52% today, But as we got better and better, we'd be above 90 percentiles. Like, okay, I threw in a few licks. That's cool, that I knew from before, the cheap shots that I knew would get the effect. That's okay. I leave about 10%, for that stuff. You got to impress people to sell yourself. But we would judge ourselves by how much we were tapped in, how much we were just playing what this was. So what is this? It's probably the cosmic consciousness of all ideas ever thought. It's the consciousness of everything you've ever played, everything you've ever heard, what the audience has ever heard, and then what they expected you hear in this song and that beat and this key. It might be space aliens, it could be God or angels, or who knows. It's probably all the above, which I think is probably the best answer. But being obedient and true to that and trying your best to only do that is probably where it is at. Chew on that one.